Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all really well. Stick your names in the comments section. Let me know who we've got. It's me, Mr. Nicholson, and of course, Super Tim here. We've got 18 watching at the moment. So as always, we'll give it a little bit of time to see if more come and join. It's been a wet and windy Friday here at Nopper. Of course, a little bit different to usual as well because it's our first half day. For those of you that are here, you probably already know this, but the rationale behind the children going home a little bit earlier is our cleaning team come in a little bit earlier. And of course, the staff that are left at school as well can help clean the school. And that's part of our safety plan, whereby we want and need to deep clean or deep sanitize the school. It has a resting period over the weekend. Then, of course, when the children come back and the staff come back Monday, it's all very, very clean and hygienic and safe. So thank you to everybody who came today on time and picked up their children. It says unable to connect to chat. Let me have a look. Oh, here we go. So it says unable to connect, but if I pop it out, I can see everyone's comments. There we go. Right. So good afternoon, Mr. Hall. We've got Lucy. Good afternoon, Lucy. We've got Aidan, Oliver, and Isaac. We've got Evie, Grace, Annabelle, and Charlotte. We've got Emily, Matthew, Sophie, and Miss Miller. Mrs. Slinger. We've got Jake. Good afternoon, Jake. We've got Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Watson. We've got Logan Hill. Good afternoon, Logan. Looking forward to seeing you next week. Mrs. Brown. Good afternoon, Mrs. Charlton. We've got Seb. Seb, I really need you to tell me about your snails. What's happened? What's happened in the journey? How are the snails getting on? Have you got more? Have we got fewer? Have they moved? You need to tell me a little bit about your snails. We've got lots of waves from Miss Miller, from Miss Bentley. We've got Joshua. Good afternoon. I was worried there because the chat wasn't coming up and I thought there was no one here and the little counter that says there's 20-odd people was lying. It's not the case. So a little bit like last week, today is different, and I expect the numbers to be a little bit low because it's a bit earlier until people start getting into the swing of the time being a little bit different now for Star of the Week Assembly. But it makes sense to do it at this time because we've got a little bit more time on the afternoon. The children have had enough time to get home after their half-day lunch, but we do have things like Eco Shop and stuff on. So if you're watching this later, recorded, I'm sorry you couldn't watch it live, but it is one of the beauties that it sits there on our YouTube channel and you can catch up later. Seb, I collected 5. Oh, Catherine, you collected 5 and then Seb set them free. Excellent. That is excellent. It's all about freedom, Seb. Well done for setting them free. Good afternoon, Louise. Good afternoon to Jacob, Adam, Emily, Ollie, and Bex. Fantastic to see everyone. Right, I'm going to go straight into our Star of the Week assembly. And we have, as always, some amazing candidates. I'm going to start with nursery. Good afternoon, Sophia. And we have, for joining in with everything with a big smile on his face, the Star of the Week for nursery is, hope Tim's got his drumming hands on. No, he hasn't. Oh, Tim, you're never ready. Let's try again, Tim. So, joining in with everything with a big smile on his face, the Star of the Week in nursery is, there we go, Lucas Barber Enriquez. Well done, Lucas. Well done. Fantastic to see you back at school, and Star of the Week for having a big smile. That is what it's all about. Well done to Lucas. Moving on to reception A. And I remember someone in reception being just like Tim last week. Let's see if we can get Tim a little bit higher up. There we go. Someone in reception was like Tim last week, and we've got someone else. So for being just like Tim, not giving up when she faces challenges, especially in her writing. The reception A and Tim Star of the Week is Willow McClurg. Well done, Willow. Wasn't that long ago that Harley was getting Star of the Week, so fantastic to see it running in the family. Well done, Willow. Good afternoon, Mrs. Ford, and to Amelia. Thank you for joining us. So we have Lucas in nursery and we have Willow in reception A. Our final early years class, reception B, for setting in to a new environment and being an enthusiastic learner in everything that we've done this week. The reception B and Tim's star of the week is the rapper herself, Zafia. Well done, Zafia. Every time I've seen her this week, you've had a monumental smile on your face. And it's a bit scary coming into school at the minute because it's a little bit different, and you have all been absolutely amazing. Well done, Zafia. Well done to Willow, and well done to Lucas. All of your certificates will be on Seesaw very soon if you're in reception. And Lucas, we will get yours to you over Marvelous Me. So moving on to phase 1, Key Stage 1, we have year 1, Miss Naisbitt's class, for being resilient and independent in his writing this week. I'm going to mention writing again because writing is so hard to do remotely because you need that feedback, you need that constant check, and it's good to have other people writing around you. But after such a gap as well, to come back to school and get back into it, it's been absolutely amazing to see that going on. So for being resilient and independent in his writing this week, Miss Naisbitt and Tim's star of the week is Leo Iverson. Well done, Leo. Not only has your writing been great, but your Lego building's been super duper as well. I loved your airplane from this morning. Well done, Leo. Moving on to year 1-2. So Mrs. Brown's year 1-2 class. And we have someone who has been super independent in her work all week, as well as adapting to being back at school in a new classroom. So Mrs. Brown and Tim's star of the week is Eliza Bland. Well done, Eliza. Great to see you back and fantastic to see you being independent and adapting to your new surroundings. Well done. So we have Lucas in nursery. We've got Willow and Zafia in reception. We have Leo in year 1, Liza in year 1-2. And our final Key Stage 1 and Phase 1 class is Mrs. Dixon's year 2 class. So for consistently completing her home learning with enthusiasm, Mrs. Dixon and Tim star of the week is Fatima Abbas. Well done, Fatima, you superstar and star of the week. So we have Lucas and Willow and Zafia and Leo and Eliza and Fatima who make up the EYFS and Key Stage 1 and Phase 1 stars of the week so far. All of your certificates will be on Seesaw really soon, and Lucas will get yours over via Marvelous Me. Over to year 3, into Key Stage 2. We'll start with Mrs. Brown's class, and we have someone who's won this award not long ago, actually, but his learning just continues to be absolutely outstanding. So for consistently completing all of his tasks and producing some fantastic, that's not even good enough a word, fantastic, because I've seen this, some of this stuff, and it's on our Twitter feed and Facebook if you want to have a look yourself. But some fantastic creative pieces of work. This young man is amazing with his art and using Sketches School. So the year 3, Mrs. Brown's year 3 and Tim's star of the week is, some of you, if you've been learning with this young man, will know it's Jackson McCormick. Well done, Jackson and the McCormick family. I feel like I say that name a lot. You two have been absolutely outstanding over the last few weeks. Well done, boys. Please check out that artwork. It's on Twitter and Facebook. As I said, there's some amazing sketches that Jackson has been using Sketches School to trace round, but then the color and the sketching, they're just amazing. Do have a look at those. Moving on to Mrs. Slinger's year 3-4 class. So we have someone who has had a fantastic attitude and shown great enthusiasm towards all of his learning. I'm so super proud to see this young man getting this award because he's only just come back to school. There wasn't a massive amount done remotely, so it's great to see that he has picked up where he left off before the school closed. So Mrs. Slinger and Tim's star of the week is Jensen Defty. Well done, Jensen, you superstar. So that makes up the Phase 2 stars of the week. We have so far Lucas in nursery. We have Willow and Zafia in reception. We've got Leo, Eliza, and Fatima in Key Stage 1. And so far in Key Stage 2, we have Jackson and Jensen. Whoa, I had a bit of a brain block there. I've coloured the names yellow so I can pick them out easy when I go through them, and I've missed one. So I've tripped myself up a little bit, but hopefully I've brought that back. So final class for Phase 2, Year 4 and Miss Tumblty's class. Another fantastic piece of work. This time it was completed in Year 4 as part of our World Oceans Day project. So World Oceans Day was earlier in the week on Monday, and some of the children in school were doing some projects as part of that, and indeed as part of our trust as well, because the entire trust was working on this piece of work for World Ocean Day. So as part of this young man's World Oceans Day project, he completed an amazing poster on plastic pollution. That's lots of P's there, particularly plastic pollution poster project. Wonderful. So Miss Tumblety and Tim's star of the week is Leighton Spencer. Well done, Leighton. You superstar and star of the week. You join Jensen and Jackson in Phase 2 as the winners. And remember, all of you from reception up to Leighton in Year 4, your certificates will be on Seesaw very soon. And Lucas in nursery, yours will be coming via Marvelous Me. Moving on to our final phase, Phase 3, and we're going to start with Mrs. Frost's Year 5 class. For a great attitude and perseverance when completing a wide range of learning activities, the star of the week from Mrs. Frost and Tim goes to Annie Stone. Well done, Annie. A great attitude and perseverance. I love that word. That is one of Tim's traits, part of being resilient and not getting too down and too disheartened when things are difficult. Well done, Annie. Fantastic to see the words attitude and perseverance in your reasons this week. Moving on to Year 5, 6 and Mr. Hall's class, we have someone who has had a much improved attitude towards remote learning this week. This young man is always a star in school, but I think sometimes he's maybe got a little bit lazy at home. So this week he stood up tall and he said, I'm going to get back to that. And the winner is from Mr. Hall and Tim, Abdul Fattah Abbas. Well done, Abdul Fattah. I know that you can do it, and I know it might just be a little bit of lazy bone-itis, but great to see you getting back on the track this week and joining your little sister in getting star of the week as well. So well done, Abdul. So we have Lucas in nursery. We've got Willow and Zafia in reception. We've got Leo, Eliza, and Fatima in Key Stage 1. We have Jackson, Jensen, and Leighton in Phase 2. And we have so far in Phase 3, Annie and Abdul Fattah. We have one more award. Remember, there's no in-school award now because we have so many children back. We're just going back to normal and picking from both the remote learning and the in-school physical learning. So our final class is Mr. Watson's Year 6 class. And it's quite simple, very similar to Jackson before. For some amazing and outstanding art this week. It could have been many, if not all, of the Year 6s, because some of their stuff has been absolutely beautiful. Please have a look at Twitter and Facebook for their art as well. They did some amazing stuff today, depicting turtles in the sea. But this young man has been doing some beautiful stuff either side of that Ocean World project as well. So from Mr. Watson and Tim, the Year 6 star of the week is Cody Barber Watson. Well done, Cody. You superstar, and another one joining a younger sibling as star of the week. Well done, everyone. So we have Lucas in nursery. We've got Willow and Zafia from reception. We've got Leo, Eliza, and Fatima in Key Stage 1. And we have Jackson, Jensen, Leighton, Annie, Abdul Fattah, and Cody in Key Stage 2. Please join me in giving them a huge round of applause. Wonderful. Well done, everyone. Lots of round of applauses. in the comment section. Good afternoon to Mrs. Kipling. Oh, thank you for joining us. And lots of stars, lots of well dones. Amazing to see everyone celebrating together. Thank you very much for joining. I'm going to finish, as I always do, with just a few updates and a few messages from me and from the wider sense of school. I want to say thank you again. I always start with a thank you, and I'm going to continue to do it for working with us. This week has been different again because we hadn't had a Monday or even a Tuesday up until this week. Of course, we started Wednesday last week, so we've done 4.5 days together this week, and it's just been super, super smooth. Yes, there've been some bumps, and we've spoke to you hopefully and dealt with those for you. But I just wanted to say thank you for working with us. Thank you for going out of your way to go to particular entrances at particular times, especially in this rainy weather as well. And thank you when it hasn't been great either, for coming in and telling us, or for messaging us, or for emailing us, or sending messages on Facebook and Twitter as well. That communication, I'll keep doing this and saying this, is absolutely paramount to us continuing to get this right. I had a good chance to speak to a lot of children over the last couple of days. It's amazing to see them back at school, and they all seem to have enjoyed themselves and are starting to really get back into the swing of being back at school. We started very much, and we'll continue to, on working on getting them ready, getting their mindset back to normal. So we've been doing a lot of art, we've been doing a lot of yoga, we've been doing a lot of outdoor learning, we've been doing a lot of music, both listening and singing, and very slowly we'll start to wind in and bring back in areas of the curriculum, get a real sense for where we are after such a difficult period over the last few weeks. And every class, every individual, every teacher will be doing that differently to suit the needs of each learner in their class. So again, thank you very much for working with us, and thank you also to all of my amazing staff. You can see you all in a list there, whether you're working remotely, whether you're working here in the building, whether you're doing a bit of both. We're all working together, and it seems to be working absolutely amazingly. If you think different, if you think that I'm not speaking the truth there, please let us know what it is, and we'll continue to work with you every step of the way to get anything right that isn't at the moment. One of those things that was brought to our attention today was about lunches and having fruit. I wish I'd been part of the conversation. The children are getting fruit. They aren't getting as much as they should be. That's definitely the case because the government have stopped their fruit and milk scheme, so we aren't getting those deliveries anymore. And we've only recently found that out as well. We did think that was maybe going to change, but that's not the case. So for next week, we are going to do an extra order ourselves as a school. So there'll be more fruit available, hopefully, for the children throughout the day, as well as at lunch times, because I absolutely agree. Having a healthy, balanced lunch is really, really important. And do keep feeding that stuff back to us if you think it's not as good or the way that it should be. EcoShop as well. There was a comment today from Sarah about the time of EcoShop. It's been really, really difficult to try and fit lots of things in today, with it being half a day. We won't stop the children not mixing with one another. That's a massive part of our safety plan. We aren't allowed to have, the safety plan doesn't allow for people to come on site, certainly when children are around as well, without wearing things like face masks, gloves, or just being completely distant from them. So working out times for people to come and line up for the EcoShop has been really difficult. And of course, doing this live assembly as well. But we've got something that we think works. If you have any feedback on the times of things today, again, please let us know, and we might make some small tweaks to the way that we do things next week. But in terms of having EcoShop when the children are on site, it's just not feasible, because even though the children aren't on the courtyard of the Learning Village, there are times when the children need to go to the hall, because those toilets are used more than normal, because those are the designated toilets for one of our bubbles. So if a child needs a toilet, there are staff that are taking the children over there. So it's just safer to do it at the times that we've been doing them at. So please continue to feedback to us if you think that it needs to change, but also thank you for bearing with us and understanding. Hopefully we'll get something, if we haven't already, that works for everyone. You will have seen an announcement from the government earlier this week, and Mr. Johnson himself about, and Mr. Williams, our education secretary, about the other year groups who aren't expected to be in school at the moment, not coming back now until after the summer. So year 2, year 3, year 4 and year 5, unless deemed vulnerable or the children of critical workers. You won't be invited into school until after the summer. Where it's a difficult one because we found it really difficult to get going in the way that we have. There isn't a great deal of space left in school. Every staff member is working and doing what they need to be doing. So it was going to be a huge stretch for schools to try and find the room and the staff and work the logistics of bringing more children in. But on the flip side of it, I would have loved nothing more than to have all of our children back in school. What we are going to do is have a look at our remote offer. Again, we've evaluated that offer a couple of times over the last few weeks. We're going to do it again. We're working on something pretty huge to do with our website and being really specific on what the children need to learn, but also something that's structured in a way that takes the burden off you as parents a little bit more and allows for a little bit more independent learning, but doing the things that they would be doing every day in the classroom to try and close those gaps. You might have heard that Mr. Johnson has talked about some sort of summer provision. At the moment, we know as much as you know. Nothing else has been said about what a summer catch-up provision might look like, whether that involves schools or different areas, different buildings, different people. As soon as we have more information, if you don't know, of course, we'll share that with you. We do expect some guidance to come soon, and we are meeting as head teachers in the trust next week to talk about what September might look like for all of our children coming back. So a little bit of a non-update there, but I just wanted to let you know where we are in terms of our school position with what has been said from government over the last couple of weeks. We're desperate to get moving again. It's been such a success reopening over the last week and a half, and we want to know where we're going. We want you to be clear on what's happening, and we want to have some real clarity over that. So as I said, when we know more, you will definitely know more. If you are one of the children who can come back but hasn't yet, or families, parents, and you are thinking about changing your mind, please let us know in advance. Please don't just turn up, because there are things that we just need to make sure that we've got ready for them. Numbers in classrooms, staff, resources, etc. But if you are thinking of changing your mind, please get in touch with us. The school is open for everybody still who is and can come back. Likewise, if you're returning to work and you are a critical worker, so not everyone that's returning to work is a critical worker, but if you are a critical worker returning to work, please let us know that you need provision for your child. That knowing in advance is really, really important. And the other thing, whilst I've said that everything has been super smooth, there have been some instances where picking up and dropping off has been a little bit late. It's not so bad. On a morning, we can facilitate that really well, and on a night, Monday to Thursday, but on a Friday afternoon, because the staff, there's lots of staff moving around and they're going to different places, including leaving the site. It's really, really important that you try to be on time on a Friday. Hopefully, because today was the first one, those of you that just got a little bit muddled up with times and things, that will change for next week. But as I say, really important to make sure you pick children up at their designated places, exits, and their times. If you're unsure of those, they're on our website. They're on our social media. If you can't find them, then just send us a message and we'll send them over to you and get that information to you straight away. That is pretty much it from me. I'm going to finish by saying a massive thank you to you all again. Thank you for all of your hard work at home. Thank you for all of your hard work here in school this week. Thank you to all of you parents that keep doing the day-to-day battle with children at home to get learning out of them. Remember, every day there's a YouTube video telling them what their tasks are. And if they're unsure, there's always someone watching their Seesaw account. We have a remote learning team that is working from home to deal with exactly that. So please make sure that they're doing what they need to be doing. Any more problems, or any problems rather, with things like iPads, leads, Wi-Fi devices, you just need to give us a call. We have a little bit more flexibility in coming to your houses and things now, of course, working with you socially distant and probably wearing a mask. But if you have any issues with any of the resources, any of the technology, any of the equipment, then please do let us know. And as always, we'll be more than keen to come and help you out. If there's anything else that we can do, you know how to get in touch. Email us at contact@northormsbyacademy.org. Message us at Facebook and on Twitter. You can text back to our SMS number. And of course, you can call the school line, or you can pop in to school, but it's always good to give us a call first before you do that at the moment. I hope the weather starts to get a little bit better for everyone over the weekend. Have an amazing couple of days and a half with one another, and I will see lots of you on Monday, and I will speak to you all again very, very soon. Look after one another, always choose kindness, stay safe, and we'll catch up again soon. Bye for now.